Folks, the first thing I like to do when making long-term financial investment decisions in this hobby is I like to log on the Reddits and the Discords and see what all the experts say. Get a feel for all the expertise in the hobby. From there, I usually wait until the leaks start coming out from Japan on what cards are going to be in the new set. At which point, I like to get back on the Reddits and the Discords and really get a feel for what the most negative, awful, miserable people think about the cards. At which point, I get a very strong dose of reality and I get told on how terrible every Pokemon card that ever has been released and existed is. And I log off and I first contemplate life. And then I contemplate every financial investment decision I made in the hobby. At which point I usually cancel every pre-order I have for the new set because, I finally get some sense knocked into me and realize all of this stuff is trash. And then I take that money I was going to spend on pre-orders and I go get a bacon cheeseburger and a chocolate milkshake. And I sit in front of my TV and I turn on the news and I look at how negative the world is and, all the wars and the killing and the violence, and then I, turn on our local news and I look at how bad, the economy is and how bad everything is. And then I, go to bed, wake up, and do it all over again. And I truly believe this is the best way to live your life. This is the best use of your time on this earth. And it's a way to live realistically. Because anything outside of that, you're just being unrealistic. Let's face it, guys. If you're positive about anything in life, you're unrealistic. If you are excited about a new release set, you're unrealistic. If you think the cards and the box is going to do well over time financially, you're unrealistic. You're just living in this state of euphoria that is eventually going to come to an end. And you're going to realize that everyone is going to get wiped out and everyone's going to be broke and they're not going to be able to find food and they're all going to starve to death. Clearly, this is where life is heading. And if it doesn't happen today, it's going to happen tomorrow. If not tomorrow, next week. If not next week, next month. If not next month, next year. If not next year, in the next 50 to 100 years. And if somehow you make it out of this life without it happening to you, it's going to happen to your kids or your grandkids or your great-grandkids. Everything's going to oblivion eventually. And because eventually something may or may not happen, you should probably start preparing right now for Doomsday Armageddon, because clearly that is a better use of your time than living and being happy and prosperous and enjoying life and making decisions based on past data. And that's how I do things. And that's my life. All right, guys, on a serious note, I counted this time. So after I woke up and had my coffee and started shipping orders and, replying to a few things, I counted my messages that I had on Discord, Instagram, and my emails, okay? And the subject around Surging Spark and the new leaks on the cards and the canceling of pre-orders and the coming down from the highs and not thinking the set is that great were 6 Discord private messages, 5 Instagram private messages, and 2 longer form emails. All of which, I'm sure you guys have noticed by now, I haven't responded to. I'm not going to respond. This is your response. You're all completely insane, all right? You're all in the loony bin. If literally dropping an image of a card is making you question your financial decisions in this hobby to the point where you're thinking about canceling thousands of dollars in pre-orders, you probably should cancel thousands of dollars in pre-orders. If that is all it takes to make you question everything in the hobby, get out. Like, literally get out. Do not buy. Buy a box and open it and enjoy it. Or don't enjoy it. Like, just open it and then complain about it and get online and tell everyone how terrible all the cards are. But I don't think you should be in this hobby. Roaring Skies, okay? Speaking to the reprint crowd. Worried about reprints all the time. This box was extremely popular out of the gate. ran up sky high, $100, $200, $300. It got an extremely late reprint after 2 years old. It crashed, and it was a large reprint. It crashed the price down to under $80. This box was $70 to $75 on the open market, okay? This was around the time, a lot of you know Alpha Investments, Rudy threw all of his in a bathroom, closed the door, and walked away because he was so disgusted, okay? Fast forward, only about 6 years later, this box is selling for $700. 10x from when everyone was negative and everyone thought it was never going to recover and the reprint was too large and everything's negative. All right. Shining Legends. No one liked this set. This set was, I'm not talking figuratively, it was literally falling off the shelves at Walmart. If you walked by this at Walmart or Target and you walked too close to the shelf because they had them packed in there so deep and you barely touched it, you'd have like 3 or 4 fall off the shelf onto the ground because there were so many and they couldn't sell them. And they were trying to run sales at $29.99. They were running sales on the premium collection at $39.99. Nobody wanted them. By the way, this is selling for like $300 now. So about a 10x, 9x as well. Fusion Strike, Chilling Reign, same deal. I can go on and on, guys. If you are literally living in the moment so much so that you are worried about every whim of the market, every reprint and restock, everything someone on Reddit or Discord tells you that they think about the design of a card, everything they tell you that what they think about the strength of the set or how the market conditions are or how it's going to be received by the general public, you're out of your minds. That's all I'm going to say. You're out of your minds. Okay? I don't care how big of Discord you're in. I don't care how big of YouTube channels you listen to. That is a microscopic part of the community. How do you think Pokemon prints billions of cards and sells billions of dollars in merchandise a year? It is not to the few thousand people that are active in Discord. It is not to the few thousand people that actively comment and are in live streams and actually give their opinions online, on Reddit, wherever it may be. They have zero to do with the market. I know a lot of people think I have something to do with the market. I have barely anything to do with the market. I wouldn't say zero. I'm sure I could do some things. I found some very, low population card or very low printed card, and I tried to make a run on it. Maybe I could have some effect. But when it comes to new modern sealed product, I have zero effect. Anyone you're listening to has zero effect. PokeRev probably has a minuscule amount of effect, if anything, with how much product's out there. And so, if you yourself, without listening to any outside forces, you don't think it's a good play or a good investment because of the cards in the set and the leaks we've seen or the market conditions, then that's when you don't invest, or that's when you don't invest as heavy. If literally you have already decided that you like the set, the market conditions, you think it's going to perform well, and you invested money, and then you are thinking of canceling, or you already have canceled your pre-orders based on what some idiots on Reddit and Discord are saying? Guys, most of the people who have the most money invested and make the largest plays in this hobby, you're never even going to hear their names. They're not online. Even the bigger players that have YouTube channels or have Instagrams, they're not even that active. They don't even, entertain a lot online. The people you are most likely listening to, one, how do they have so much time during the day to be constantly on Discord and Reddit all day long? They don't have a job or anything else substantial to do in life? Or, their job is so remedial that they have that much time to spend arguing with people about cards online? Or they're brand new to the hobby. They've been in the hobby less than a year, less than 2 years. They have no clue what they're talking about when it comes to age. They know nothing past Scarlet and Violet and the end of Sword and Shield. And they're trying to give their opinions on the long-term investability of this product based on what kind of card is being leaked from Japan per day. When you say it out loud, do you see how ridiculous and meaningless this all sounds? hope you learned something here today. That's all I got. Subscribe to the channel if you're not yet. I'm going to be back here to a new one soon. I'm out.